Just a little bit of history for everybody. I graduated from Dixie College on June the 3rd, 1967 in St. George, Utah, and the certificate said the State Board of Education, on recommendation of the college faculty and by virtue of the authority in it vested, has conferred on Dennis Tripp Sampson, who has satisfactorily completed the studies required, therefore, the title of Associate in Science, with all rights and privileges and honors thereto appertaining to, given at the St. George, Utah, this 3rd day of June, 1967. Sheldon S. Allred, Chairman, State Board of Education; T.H. Bell, Superintendent of Public Instruction; and Farron C. Losey, President of the college. And then again on May 28, 1969, I graduated from the College of Southern Utah in Cedar City with a Bachelor's of Science degree, and I also received a teaching certificate. Happy days. Then, this would be my last graduation. On April 18, 1975, I received the degree of Master of Recreation. In other words, I have a master's degree in recreation from Brigham Young University. This is to prove that I actually went to school and graduated from Brigham Young University. And this says, Brigham Young University, Provo, Utah. Brigham Young University, upon recommendation of the university faculty and by authority of the Board of Trustees, has conferred upon Dennis Tripp Sampson the degree of Master of Recreation, in acknowledgement of achievements in recreation education, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto pertaining. Dated the 18th day of April, in the year of our Lord, 1975, and of the university the 100th. The president of the Board of Trustees is Spencer W. Kimball. The president of the university was Dallin H. Oakes. Yay for my team. I graduated from high school also, and the 7th annual Olympus High School commencement took place on Friday, May 27, 1960 at 8 p.m. I'm not sure how many kids were in my class. I think there were like 700. There's a whole bunch of them here. And I'm glad they put this in alphabetical order, or my name would be down to the bottom. Nevertheless, I graduated from Olympus High School in Salt Lake City, 1960, and was glad to make it that far in life. I thought I would share just a few church experiences that I've had that I think is kind of important for people to know in my family. It's not important to the world. I was ordained a deacon in the Aaronic priesthood on March 21st, 1954 by D. Eugene Moore, a member of our bishopric. This was done in the East Mill Creek Stake. I was ordained a teacher in the Aaronic priesthood on February 26, 1956 by J. Rulon Tierlink, our bishop. This was done in the East Mill Creek Stake. I was ordained a priest in the Aaronic priesthood on February 23rd, 1958 by Dwayne Sampson, my father. This was done in the East Mill Creek Stake. I was ordained an elder in the Melchizedek priesthood on April 14, 1963 by Joy F. Dunyon, a member of our stake presidency. This was done in the East Mill Creek Stake. I was ordained a high priest on October 23, 1966 by Howard W. Hunter, an apostle. This was done in the St. George East Stake. And then I would put in here, on May 14th, 1963, Easter Sunday, I received my patriarchal blessing from H. Leroy Erickson. He was the patriarch in the East Mill Creek Stake, and previous to this calling, he served as a counselor to Gordon B. Hinckley in our stake presidency. Just one interesting thing about being ordained a high priest. Carolyn and I had been married 22 days, I think, and our college ward was divided, and I was called into the bishopric. Marion Bentley, the drama director at the college, was called to be the bishop. Bob Harlocker, the football coach, was called to be the first counselor, and I was a student and called to be the second counselor. The interesting thing, though, was the stake president at that time did not have the authority to ordain anybody a high priest or to set apart a bishopric. That had to be done by a general authority. So they put us to work, and then 2 weeks later, on October 23rd and 24th, 2 general authorities came down to set us apart and ordain us a high priest. The 2 general authorities that came down was Howard W. Hunter, an apostle, and Vaughn J. Featherstone, who was new and was kind of traveling around learning the ropes. So I had the privilege on October 23rd, 1966, to be ordained a high priest by Apostle Howard W. Hunter, which turned out to be sort of a red letter day in our family.